All right, let's get a little introduction to some key terms that have to do with real estate and the basics of what a mortgage is, which is one of the really important terms. So, real estate has to do with buying and selling property. That's the field of real estate. So, we're talking here about property and specifically about homes. Um, that's what we're talking about right now, residential property. So, when we talk about the price of a home, there's some different things people might mean by that. One is the list price. That's the amount the sellers put for how much the house will be. So that's the list price, is how much they say they need. An offer is a buyer's proposal to purchase the home. It includes some key information, including how much the buyer is willing to actually pay for the house. And the seller may decline the offer. They may say that it's not enough money, or they may have somebody who made even a better offer, maybe even above the list price. So, an offer is not a guarantee. The actual cost of a home, we're going to get into that more, but it may well be more than even what you think when you're first looking at homes. So, one piece of buying a home for many people is a mortgage. So, a mortgage is a specific type of loan from a bank that is for purchasing a home. That's what a mortgage is. So, if you take a look at the whole house price, the amount that we actually have to pay as buyers to a seller, that entire amount we owe them right when it's time to buy the house. And that often consists of two parts: a down payment, which is the amount of money that that the buyers have saved up to buy the house. So this is money you have in the bank that you're going to put down, that you're going to pay for the house. But it might not be enough to buy the whole house. And so many people take out a mortgage and they get what's called principal from the bank. Principal is the money that's borrowed from a bank. Principal is money that's borrowed in a loan. And if you actually have the principal and the down payment, then you're ready to buy that house. You have the total house price. But it's not over, because now if you've bought a house using principal from the bank, you have to pay back that amount of money to the bank plus interest. You have to pay back the money that you borrowed, plus you have to pay back interest that accumulates on that loan, because banks don't give out money for free. They give out money with the understanding that people will pay them interest. And that could be even more than you borrowed in the first place. It depends on different things like rates and how long we're going to borrow it for. The other thing that happens as part of a mortgage is taxes, fees, insurance. There might be more numbers that go into that mortgage because the bank doesn't want you to miss any of the things that you need to pay in order to own that house. So a mortgage consists of not only the money you borrow, but also additional money that you owe. A mortgage interest is compound interest. That means we're looking at exponential growth, where if we don't pay back an amount on the mortgage, it's going to grow and grow that amount that we owe. And that's part of why it's really important to pay back all of our mortgages on time. But it's also a reason that mortgages are set up a certain kind of way, which I'm about to show you. So many mortgages are set up with a fixed rate. A fixed rate means that the monthly payment in year 1 is the same as the monthly payment in year 28. That is, these are equal payments every month for 30 years in many cases. But at the beginning, that monthly payment consists quite a lot of the interest that we owe the bank and a little bit of the principal that we're trying to pay down. We're trying to pay back the bank, and we're trying to pay it back with the interest that we owe. Things like taxes are going to be consistent the whole time as well, but the interest and principal proportions will change. As we pay more and more of the loan back, we actually owe less interest, which allows us to pay more and more of the loan as time continues. I'm going to show it to you on a graph. As as we pay more and more of the principal, we have to pay less and less of the interest. And they figure it out. It's called amortization. They figure it out ahead of time so that our monthly payments can be the exact same. Monthly payments that are the same. This is called a fixed rate mortgage, and it's pretty popular these days because of the way that rates have tended to be in recent times. So, two main types of mortgages then are 30-year fixed mortgages that last for 30 years, where you pay every month for 30 years, and 15 years, where it's over quicker, but you have to pay more per month in the meantime. So 30 years, people tend to like that because it's a lower per month cost that you're committing to. But 15 years, some people choose that because it's a lower cost overall. So these are just a couple types of mortgages, and we'll learn more about that as we continue. But I wanted to give you an introduction to some key terms. Key terms like mortgage, principal, interest, down payment, the amount that we pay ourselves that we have ready to go, versus principal that's borrowed from the bank. List price, the amount that the sellers say this will be. And real estate overall, meaning purchasing of property, or real estate really means property. So I'm really excited to do this unit with you guys, and I hope that this introduction has given you a little bit of a taste for the kinds of things that you need to know about real estate.